Well, good evening and thank you for choosing T311 News here at 6 o'clock. I am Rolly Hoyt. Journey has the night off, so we're joined by meteorologist Simone Thomas as we are definitely looking forward to what we have this weekend based on all the numbers we've seen from you guys this week.
Yeah, the weekend is going to be very nice. We just got to get through the rest of today. Our heat advisories will continue through just after sunset. So if you have any dinner plans before sunset, Rolly, it's still going to be hot.
It's only a couple hours. We can make it, right?
Yeah, we just got a couple more hours before some relief is on the way. Now we've got to deal with the heat before that and some thunderstorms. So here's what to expect through the rest of the evening. Again, our heat advisories continue through 9. You've seen this map enough times today to know who all is under heat advisory. Statewide, we're still in the 90s, most of us. You can see Jonesboro and West Memphis trending a little bit cooler. They've got a lot of the thicker clouds. There's been some rain happening over there that has helped keep the temperatures a little bit lower, but generally middle and upper 90s across central Arkansas to up to 96 right now at the top of the hour. 96 in Pine Bluff as well. Hot Springs, Russellville hanging on to 97. Of course, when you factor in the humidity, it still feels like over 100 degrees for the entire state. And that's why those heat alerts are continuing through the rest of the evening. Now, in regards to rain, the state's still quiet right now. You see off to our east, Mississippi and Tennessee dealing with some showers and thunderstorms, and then to our north and west, Missouri. If you can see just south of that banner, we've got some tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings in central Missouri, and then over in Texas, some severe thunderstorm warnings along that Texas-Oklahoma border. Believe it or not, this is all oriented along that cold front that is bringing us that relief for the weekend. As that front keeps pushing south and east, our threat for severe weather in Arkansas is still on the low end, but we've got that marginal risk of severe weather, primarily for the damaging wind threat. But I'll tell you more about what to expect for your overnight coming up in that 7-day outlook.
All right, Simone, thank you. Got a crime alert update for you tonight. North Little Rock police need your help identifying 2 possible suspects in yesterday's deadly shooting in Maumelle. We showed you this live at around this time last night. It happened on Counts Massey Road. First responders found a man dead after being shot inside the station there. Here come the pictures of the 2 people they are looking for. If you recognize them, contact the number there at the bottom of your screen. It's for North Little Rock Police Department. It's 501-680-8439. Again, that's if you can help identify these 2 people. Well, a cell phone can hold some of the most important evidence in a criminal case, but investigators say that extracting that information takes time. Now, the Arkansas State Crime Lab says that it has slashed wait times for that by hundreds of days. T311's Tanya Motorzitsky explains how.
According to Arkansas State Police, almost all criminal investigations have some sort of digital component. Whether it's a cell phone, a watch, a laptop, those same devices investigators rely on to build cases. And now state police are speeding up the process.
We know that digital evidence is involved in child endangerment, exploitation cases, drug trafficking cases, violent cases, homicide cases.
Dr. Theodore Brown, the director of the Arkansas State Crime Lab, says the backlog in digital forensic analysis stems from the pandemic.
3 years ago, our turnaround time for mobile device cases was 667 days.
Now investigators just wait 30 days after the Crime Lab tripled its digital forensic staff from 1 expert to 3. And upgraded technology to speed up analysis. Dr. Brown and Crime Lab supervisor Adam Wilson says it's not as simple as plugging in a device.
Mobile phones that are increasingly harder to get into, lawfully to get into. Having increased encryption and safety features on phones are good for consumers. Those additional features make it more difficult for our team members to lawfully perform the forensic examination. So it's that access into the phones, and then there's analysis, and then there's reporting, and sometimes reanalysis.
Wilson says they use 2 private software companies to help crack the code and get into devices to start the process.
Sometimes there is detailed submissions where they are looking for very specific things. And yes, it can be anywhere from pictures to internet history.
As digital forensic continues to grow, so do concerns and questions about data security.
We go to great lengths to make sure that whatever we pull off of here is not disseminated in any way, it's protected.
In Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
All right, Tanya, thank you. A teenage father is pleading guilty to murdering his 4-month-old son, admitting to violently shaking the baby. According to court documents, 17-year-old Bryce Anderson of Bella Vista initially faced charges of both first-degree domestic battery and first-degree murder. Back in March of 2004, he called 911 after his baby lost consciousness. Authorities pronounced the child dead at the hospital, and a social worker reported that the baby had a brain bleed, signs to that worker that shaking occurred and caused a cardiac event. Anderson agreed this week to plead guilty to second-degree murder, and the prosecutor has recommended a 25-year prison sentence with 5 years suspended after that. An Arkansas woman facing a conviction for Medicaid fraud. North Little Rock speech therapist has pleaded guilty to Medicaid fraud. Prosecutors say she billed the program for sessions at schools she never showed up for. Shara Childers will now receive 5 years of probation. She's got to pay more than $13,000 in restitution, along with other fines and court costs. Well, it's been 3 months since we first shared with you the story of Jeremy Hollingshead, a Searcy man paralyzed after an accident. Today, TV 11's Carter Thweet caught up with Jeremy and learned the inspiring way that the community has stepped up to help him.
We hit that big pothole divot and, I fell out backwards and broke my neck.
Jeremy Hollingshead's life has never been the same since that day. It's been over 2 years of being unable to walk and needing to rely on an old, broken down, wheelchair-accessible van.
Needed it to get to hospital visits, which we still do here whenever I need to go anywhere or if I want to go somewhere with the kids.
When I first met Jeremy back in April, he said his van had no AC, his kids couldn't all fit, and the lift to get him inside rarely worked. I also spoke with Melissa Smith, a family friend.
I saw the van that they had and realized he had kids and was wanting to go out and do things with them. I just decided to try GoFundMe and see how it turned out.
It couldn't have turned out better.
People from all over the country donated to him, and people he has not heard from in years.
When we seen the $5,000 mark, we were like, that's great, but then it hit $10,000, then we got all the way up to $13,000, almost $14,000.
That, plus a yard sale with items donated by the community, enabled Jeremy to purchase this, a state-of-the-art van he says has changed his life.
My youngest daughter, she, when we come, she's like, can we go in Dad's van? Can we go in Dad's van? She's just so excited about it.
Family is certainly important, and so is the community at Jeremy's nursing home. But these past few months have shown him he's got a lot more than that.
Big shout out to Searcy and White County for coming together to help raise support for me to raise money for the van.
In Searcy, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Good update, Carter. Thank you. The return of hot weather has operators of the state's power grids prepared to use emergency measures to keep the lights and, more importantly, the ACs on. The high demand is pushing generating capacity, and that raises the possibility of power outages. Southwest Power Pool, one of those grid operators, now has permission to add power generation from other sources, that coming from the Federal Energy Department. The emergency authorization is going to stay in place until August 3rd. It sounds like we're going to need it. Hey, if you're looking to serve your community by making a difference as a first responder, the North Little Rock Fire Department is looking to build to their team. The starting salaries begin at around $52,000 with raises available. There's other benefits, including health and dental, vacation, personnel leave, along with a food allowance. Once you apply, you'll have to complete a written exam, pass a physical test, and an interview. If you're interested, you've got to apply soon, though. Take the weekend because applications are due at the department on Monday by 4 o'clock. Thousands of bikers are in Little Rock this week for the 49th Roundup. Organizers say it's more than a motorcycle rally, though. It's a family event that's expected to draw up to 50,000 people. It's all taking place at the Arkansas State Fairgrounds. Riders from across the country are around. You've seen them all over the roads lately. The event features live music, food, vendors, family activities, and city tourism officials are counting on those thousands to bring a boost to the local economy before it wraps up tomorrow night.
If you love motorcycles or you want to see some entertainment, we do have entertainment tonight and Saturday night. So if you like good music, like good food, the fairgrounds is the place to be.
And Organizers say they are building on the second go-around of the last time the Little Rock held a roundup. That was back in 2016, to make this year the biggest and best yet. Consumer news now. Arkansas's tax-free weekend starts in just a few hours, and Target is among the brick and mortar stores rolling out new savings and products to help stretch those back-to-school budgets. At the Target store off University, shoppers will find all new all-in-motion school uniforms, dorm room essentials, and other deals like $5 backpacks. You'll get 25% off shoes and school uniforms starting at $15. Target says the goal is to make the back-to-school shopping as easy as possible and build on the savings from the tax savings.
We also have a 20% store-wide for our students and our teachers if they are on the Target Circle deal. And like I said, if you're in store or you're shopping, don't hesitate to stop by, ask a team member, and we'll get you signed up.
Target will also have notebooks that start at just 69 cents. The notebooks, the actual books you write in, not the computers. They've got all the other stationery and stuff and classroom essentials you'll need available, and they encourage you to get there early in store. Though, of course, the holiday does apply to online sales as well. And alongside the tax-free shopping, Jefferson County is getting into the mix by providing a community giveaway for those with some needs beyond the tax savings. Tomorrow morning, it starts at 11. It'll run till 1. It's at First Ward Living Grace Pantry. They'll have free school supplies along with groceries, hygiene products, household essentials, that kind of stuff. They'll be at 1201 Commerce Road in Pine Bluff. And with the weekend underway, time to figure out what you are watching on your streamers and televisions. If you're looking for something different, try this lineup on your screen on our THV11 streaming app. It starts at 6:30 with Weather Impact Live. Simone and I are going to talk Dust Devils. Plus, we've got featured Land of 10,000 Stories and Bartle's Backroads all coming up as we head up to the 10 o'clock news this evening. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Sharks in Arkansas? Seems like an unlikely possibility, but after recent fossils discovered in NWA, you might change your mind. We'll take a deeper look into that find coming up here on the THV11 News at 6.
And we'll be watching out for some thunderstorms in central Arkansas, likely after midnight. Full details on what to expect for the evening and the weekend ahead are coming up in 4 minutes.